Lately, all I've been seeing on my recommendeds is videos about a creator called Mushroom Girl, and initially seeing these videos, I thought, I'll watch the original video to see if maybe there was something redeemable in their video. But after watching the original video entirely through 4 times and their most recent video about the same topic 2 times, I came to the conclusion that their video spouted a whole lot of nothing. And yes, I'm aware that Mushroom Girl's video came out 2 months ago and I'm a little late to the party, but I already had a script written about how I hated pro shipping, so I was like, might as well include Mushroom Girl because that's a topic that people are talking about already. And before I start this video, there are going to be triggering topics mentioned that I'm going to list on the screen. I will be bleeping out the words that are considered bad for YouTube simply because I want to, okay? I feel like if I can prevent people from hearing that, I will do so. They will be on the screen though, just censored. And I must say, very heavily, don't send hate to Mushroom Girl because that does nothing, and all we can do is educate her and hope she betters herself, especially since she is still a minor. As of right now, she is 16, will soon be turning 17, and even then she will still be a minor. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the main things that she said that are just factually and morally wrong, because these videos were long and sometimes she would just bring up stuff that would have no correlation with the topic of pro shipping. So I only picked a couple things to talk about. One of the points she brought up is she draws things like self-harm, so she would find it hypocritical to tell others to not draw incest and pedophilic content, as if those things were even comparable. When normal people draw stuff with taboo topics like self-harm and essay, they are created to show that these topics are bad or to vent and show awareness on issues. Most of the time, these are just artists sharing their story through their art. In these pieces, it's not romanticizing these bad topics in any way, unlike the way pro shippers draw these things. It's literally called pro shipping, emphasis on the word shipping, which is literally related to romantic things. The literal definition of shipping on the internet is the desire by followers of a fandom for 2 or more people, either real life people or fictional characters, to be in a romantic relationship. Emphasis on the word romantic. And in her video, she does mention that it doesn't matter if it's sexualized because as long as people can differentiate fiction from reality, it should be okay. But unfortunately, that's just not how it works. And a good example of this, a community that is notoriously not separating the two, is the BookTok community. And you might be thinking, no, they do know how to separate. No, they don't. They literally don't. If you knew about how bad some of the books that came out are with essay, grape, literally all the worst things you can think of, these women fawn for that in real life. Like, they think that this is okay and they want that. You want to know how I know this? Because if you go to any BookTok comment section, they will literally say, ooh, I want that guy. Oh my god, I need this type of relationship. No, you don't. That is a good example of even grown women not being able to differentiate fiction from reality. Because if these women were in these cases in real life, they would not be thinking that. In the original video, even Mushroom Girl says that she does in fact think that fiction affects reality. But despite that, she still believes that it's all up to the person taking this to be able to differentiate the two. Human beings are just not built like that. A majority of the people who are intaking this stuff are not able to differentiate the two. Back to the original topic of the video, I did get a little sidetracked. It did have to do with the bigger picture if you saw what I was saying. But still, back to the video. When art with pedophilic and incestual relationships are made, they are made to either A, influence minors into thinking that this is okay, or simply a minor already thinking that this is okay, which if you have been affected by that in any way, I'm so sorry, and I hope you're healing through that. And B, to have old, creepy men have a way to fuel their desires without it quote-unquote being illegal. Now, let me elaborate on the second reasoning. And while doing this, I'm going to bring up another topic that Mushroom Girl brought up in her original video, and that is lolicons. What does that have to do with pro shipping? I don't know, but I'm going to be talking about lolicons now. What are lolicons, you may ask? Lolicons are a genre of fictional media which focuses on young or young-looking girl characters, particularly in a sexually suggestive or erotic manner. The words sexually suggestive and erotic manner should not even be in the same sentence as young or young-looking. And she says that as long as the lolicon isn't preying on actual children that this is okay. They are looking at not even borderline, at pedophilic art, and you're thinking that it's okay just because it doesn't affect actual children. It does affect actual children, if you aren't aware of that. Lolicons in some countries, because of the pedophilic implications, are, yes, illegal, but in most they are unfortunately not. And because of this, pedos can simply look up lollies and pedophilic pro-ship art and use it to fuel their fucked up desires without it having consequences, because it's technically fiction. But most of the time, lollies fuel these pedos into having a safe space when these people shouldn't be having a safe space at all. They need to be getting help, they need to be in jail, they need to be locked up. And these lolicons will eventually get so comfortable and used to only in taking it fictionally that they will eventually go on to prey on actual children. Now, call that a controversial take, because according to some people that is a controversial take, but I literally do not care. If you are a lolicon, get help. That's it, just get help. Another point Mushroom Girl made is literally comparing horror movies to lolicons and pro-ship art, which, oh my god, why are we comparing these two things? Horror movies are always depicted to be negative. You are never meant to be on the side of the murderer or whoever is considered the villain. It's showing victims going through that. Like, you're never meant to get a good feeling from horror movies. They are always meant to make you feel icky and scared. It's called a horror movie. And once again, most mainstream horror movies do not romanticize stuff like that, unlike pro-ship art and lolicons. That's the big difference, romanticization. And I know Mushroom Girl doesn't want to say that that's an issue, but it is. That is the issue. My final thoughts, because I don't want this video to be too long. I hope Mushroom Girl educates herself. And I will always hate pro-shippers and lolicons. I don't know why this was such a controversial topic and why there's people who support this stuff, but I hope you get better. And I do not understand why Mushroom Girl felt the need to defend a community of weird people, despite not even intaking that stuff herself. She does not intake lolicon stuff. She said that she doesn't pay mind to it. So I don't understand why she was defending it. And I do not understand why she tried to differentiate herself from other children, because yes, she is technically a child. She is 16, a minor. So you might think that you're grown and that you have the capability of having full-fledged out thoughts on topics like this, but you are still developing. I am 18 and I don't even think that I'm like an adult. I'm barely an adult. I turned 18 a month ago. So yeah, that's it. That's my take. Once again, don't send hate to Mushroom Girl. That's it.